Minivans are really great when it comes to practicality, but like, that's a boring childhood. You know what's a really fun childhood? 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. The Sky Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram here in Provo is providing us with this Durango Hellcat. I'm going to link to the website in the description down below. By the way, they currently have 2 of these for sale. Under the hood, we have a supercharged 6.2 liter V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic. Fuel economy is 12 around town, 17 on the highway, with power outputs being 710 horsepower, 645 pound-feet of torque, and this goes 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Now, if you also want to go 0 to 60 in about 3.5 seconds, but you can't afford a Durango Hellcat, make sure you subscribe, and, well, I can't promise anything, but it helps out. The hood vents on this, it's just cool. I also have always been a fan of this new style of daytime running light on the Durangos. I think it just works really well. You have a Hellcat badge there off to the side. And then again, tons of venting at the bottom because you got to be able to feed that supercharged V8. And I mean, come on, that front end is insanely aggressive. 295, 45, 20 for the tire and wheel setup. Brembo brakes, which again, 0 to 60, 3.5 seconds. You're going to need lots of stopping power. Hellcat badge there on the side, the mirror caps blacked out. And yes, not only are the front calipers painted red, but also, I don't know, can you see in camera? They're also red in the rear. And even the key fob's red. Got the Hellcat badge there on the back, lock, unlock, opening for the hatch, remote start, it's got all of it. The seats fold down flat. You can see here for the seat belts in red. 12 volt there in the back. Storage underneath as well. And there's real storage behind the third row. Like, it's actually somewhat practical. When you're all done, bloop. Giant light bar on the rear, another Hellcat badge. Towing capacity is 8,700 pounds. Now, I can't promise you'll still have a 3.5 0 to 60 with a trailer behind it, but it'll still be way faster than pretty much anything else with a trailer behind it. I mean, imagine getting gapped by a 3-row mom car towing something. I bet it's happened before. But this leads us inside. The interior is quite nice with these Durangos. You've got a bunch of soft touch here. You got the little carbon fiber stitching that goes across too. And then look at these seats, like the suede perforated in the center. Again, with those red seat belts. Now, just pull this, tumble it down. You pull this red strap to pull the seat up to get to the third row. The Durango third row actually fits real human beings. I wouldn't necessarily call it the best in the segment. I'd say that it's average. Gets the job done. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with being average, but legroom, I had the seat pushed back a bit. That's kind of more normal. We've got vents here in the rear, heated seats, USB ports, an outlet, climate controls up top, vents throughout. Keyless entry for up front, and look at this, blind spot monitoring. They do thicker glass up front. Nice soft touch all over. Front 2 windows, automatic, memory seats with this. And then look at these seats, SRT, perforated all down the center. Power adjustable with lumbar support. Now with the steering wheel, really nice trim all around. Radio controls on the back. We've got our cruise control and everything. Now with those paddles, they're really cool looking, but if you want to get that 3.5 0 to 60, you're gonna have to leave it in automatic mode because you just can't shift faster than the computers. Now with the center gauge cluster here, you can see analog on either side. We do have a speedometer that goes up to 200. Now, this doesn't actually have a top speed of 200, but the speedometer at least shows it, so you can kind of like flex on the plebs and be like, ah, your minivan speedometer only goes up to 110, loser. And then they'll probably tell you, well, my minivan's better because it has all these cameras. Guess what? Big brother ain't watching in this one because there's like no cameras other than the backup camera. That's one of the benefits of this. Look at that race car helmet. I mean, you probably need to buy one for your kids because like the whiplash, when you go from 0 to 60 in 3.5. Ventilated heated seats for up front, dual zone climate. Response time on the screen is pretty decent. Bunch of physical controls for everything down below. If you press the SRT button, it'll pull up the drive modes. And notice the array of drive modes. Everything from a track mode to a towing mode. Launch control with this as well. We've got a phone charging pad. You can see the USB ports there. More of that carbon fiber. Shifter for the 8-speed. 12 volt. This is nice. Soft touch here on the top. You can see across the dash says jailbreak right there. And then we do have a sunroof up top. Durango SRT Hellcat. MSRP in this one is $89,855, but there's about $5,000 in discounts. They actually have one that has an MSRP of $85, so you could get a brand new Hellcat for about 80 grand here. Let's take it out and see how it performs. So, unfortunately, because of the speed of the roads here, we won't be doing 0 to 60 in 3.5. I know. Half of you are gonna unsubscribe. And then I'll have to go on the street corner asking for spare change. Just kidding. Honestly, that, like, you know what, to tell you the truth, now I don't want to be homeless, but I already sleep on the floor. I basically eat dog food. Like, that's what my friends call it, because what I do is I take a pound of ground beef and I just mix it with like just something else, and sometimes I'll do like steak cuts and everything, not the fancy ones, but like my meals literally look like dog food. They literally look like dog food. But hey, I can lift a lot of weight, and I can be outside in 100, it's not 100 degrees today, it's 90, but I can be outside in 100-degree weather every single day, no problem. So the dog food diet, it works. I do eat fruit and vegetables though. Less on the vegetables though. Vegetables are lame. Man, this sounds so cool. So we'll do this road because this road's a little bit higher speed than the other road. This car is such a bargain, and nobody's touching it. Nobody's buying these. And I get that the RT, and I haven't reviewed one yet because guess what? None of the dealers that I filmed, one of the dealers has gotten one, and it was an order. Dodge isn't building the RTs. That's the weirdest thing that I've seen with this whole new Durango situation is, it's like, oh hey, we just did the most exciting thing ever. You can get this 6.4 Hemi for $50,000, and just kidding, we're not gonna build any. Like seriously, I haven't seen a single one come into dealer inventory. I've been waiting months and months. It's like you can go get a Hellcat, you can get a GT, but no RT. But anyways, look at this. Yeah. Are you telling me you don't want that in your life? Think about how good your kid's childhood will be if they get to experience that on like a somewhat daily basis. Like you're taking them to school and just lay down the hammer. Think about that. You're depriving your children of what could be the greatest childhood ever. But instead, you're gonna buy a Toyota Sienna with a practical, fuel-efficient 2.5 4-cylinder hybrid that's also pretty darn reliable. I get it. The fuel economy in this isn't that great. But at the same time, when you look back, think about this for a second, guys. Do any of you regret any vacations you've been on? I don't. Even the vacations that didn't go all that good because bad stuff happened, because it happens. I don't ever regret going on vacation. I don't regret going to the amusement park. I think that like if this fits within your means financially, I don't think that someone would ever regret buying a Durango Hellcat. I think that you'd have like, because I've bought fun performance cars that I've lost some money on. Like, it was painful when you sell the thing, and maintenance can be a little bit more expensive too, right? Brakes are more expensive, and you've got to be really Domino's Challenger. That is literally a Domino's Challenger. Anyways, you've got to be on top of the maintenance. But I don't think, like, I don't regret any of the sports cars I've owned, because like I look back on that and I'm like, I had so much fun in that car. Like, I always talk about the Camaro ZL1. I can't say where I did this, but I hit 175 miles an hour in that car. I'll never do that again. I never need to go anywhere near that speed. Never again. That's like a one and done type deal. But I'll always remember that. I'll always remember driving somewhere at 175 miles an hour and being like, wow, this is insane. And the car handled it beautifully. So, practicality, it's actually really good. This tow, like, here's the selling points to the wife. This can tow the boat. It can tow whatever, utility trailer, so you can use it as your truck. Honey, I don't need to buy a sports car anymore. I can just have one car that does it all. It can take the kids around. Like, it's so easy to sell this. You just got it. I'm helping you guys out. I'm giving you the selling points. This is a do everything type vehicle, and it's super fun, and the pricing is extraordinarily reasonable. Extraordinarily reasonable. A 3-row SUV that can tow this much. Like, I mean, think about this. People are spending, because again, they got a white one that's like 80 grand after the discounts. People are spending 80 grand on a Tahoe when you could be rocking this thing with 710 horsepower, 0 to 60, 3.5 seconds if you missed it. What more could you ask for in life? I went like 10% throttle and it's spinning the tires up the curb. I mean, You wanna go the rest of your life without experiencing that at least once? That's all.